Let's now turn our attention to earthquake-hit Turkey. It is believed that the first 72 hours are critical to find survivors after an earthquake strikes. It's now been over 188 hours. More than 35,000 people have lost their lives in Turkey and Syria since last Monday's devastating earthquakes. Millions of people have been left homeless, and many are still fear trapped under the rubble of collapsed buildings. As far as finding survivors is concerned, hope is slowly fading away. Last week's quakes were among some of the deadliest tremors in the region's modern history. Reconstruction is still a distant thought. Many are still struggling to come to terms with their unimaginable losses. But let's retrace our steps a little. As far as natural disasters go, earthquakes are nothing new. We learnt about it growing up. Our textbooks talked about it. In every country, the government's disaster management authority is expected to be prepared for such an eventuality. And residents are prepared with earthquake drills. So why did things go so horribly wrong in Turkey? Before I decode it for you, watch this clip of the Turkish president.
With the construction amnesty, we have solved the problem of some 145,000 citizens from Maraş. With the construction amnesty, we have solved the problem of some 145,000 citizens from Maraş.
This short clip is from March 2019. Erdogan was on his campaign trail and he was boasting about his government's achievements to sway voters. Among the many that he listed, he made a specific boast about the new housing for the city of Maraş. This is the same city that is today lying in ruins. It is near the epicenter of last week's earthquake. This is where it gets messy. During the same campaign trail, Erdogan talked about zoning amnesty. During his term as president, Erdogan handed out construction amnesties in Maraş. These allowed companies to ignore the safety codes. These codes are critical for making apartment blocks, houses and office buildings more resistant to earthquakes. Now cut to 4 years later. Two major earthquakes brought this city to its knees. Critics say contractors were allowed to skip crucial safety regulations. This, of course, increased their profits, but they knowingly put the lives of residents at grave risk. Engineers and architects say the lack of safety features likely contributed to the soaring death toll in Turkey. In the aftermath, the president has acknowledged some initial shortcomings in the preliminary rescue efforts, but the precaution factor has been completely brushed under the carpet. The opposition has categorically blamed Erdogan for the massive and mounting human losses. Let's look at the bigger picture now. Turkey's Disaster Management Authority was established in 2009, exactly 10 years after a deadly earthquake, a crisis that changed Turkey's approach to natural disasters. But where is the change? How are people safe when the president is handing out construction amnesties? And we are not the only ones asking this question. The people of Turkey who are still waiting for the bodies of their loved ones to be pulled from the rubble have the same question on their minds.